Welcome to The Patty Show. My name is Patty Setiatti, and in this podcast, we'll explore the crossing point of the three P's: passion, pleasure, and positivity, and how they can lead you to your own personal paradise. We'll chat with inspiring guests, share practical tips, and dive into stories that will empower you to live your best life. Let's get the Patty Party started. Back to The Patty Show, everybody. Woo-hoo! Yeah. Oh my God. Wow. Studio audience, I love the passion and the laugh. You guys are going to see this laugh real soon in a theater near you. Teaser. Thanks for coming to The Patty Show, y'all. Episode 56. Let your inner weirdo shine. It's going to be a fun episode today. You know, I'm your host, Patty Setiatti, The Patty Show. Makes sense. I'll be your host. Today we celebrate individuality, authenticity, and owning your quirks. Okay, it's gonna be a fun episode. But before we continue, just want to shout out my brother CJ Anekore. I hope I said your last name correctly, brother. I'm trying to learn a little bit of French and the Ivorian flair. But this young man, he's 23, killing it. Moved to LA like 2 years ago.
Oh wow.
He's pivoted from this whole soccer life. He still plays soccer, but now he's doing more business-based stuff, some in the sport world and everything. Helping his sister with also a podcast as well, modeling. We met at a country club working there, and he's a hustler out there. So Respect to you, my boy CJ. Hope to see you soon, maybe in an Afrobeat vibe concert or something. So should be a fun time. And speaking of soccer, an amazing guest today, guys. I got a great one for y'all. Ready? Joining me is a fellow podcast host with multiple hats. He's not wearing the hats right now physically, but he does it all.
I thought about it, though, because of my receding hairline. But
yeah, he's funny. There we go. I was going to tease that part, the comedy. The multiple hats, including being a producer, an actor, comedian, of course, writer. He does it all. Man, the LinkedIn is stacked, y'all. His multicultural Venezuelan-Jewish background, which I did not know, which is a unique combination, actually. We got to talk about that eventually. Yeah. Makes him a keeper. Literally because
a goalkeeper.
Because he's a trained goalie. He's done it all, okay? And he's also a fellow coach and trainer that always brings his contagious, positive energy wherever he goes, especially on set. Give it up for my talented and passionate brother, Michael. How do you say your last name again?
Magid or Magid.
Yeah, Magid.
However you want.
Give it up for Michael, y'all. My brother, thank you for coming.
Of course.
Woo! Welcome to The Patty Show. Yes, sir.
We got the studio audience clap going, right?
He knows. It's contagious right here.
You know how it goes.
If you could give a little self-intro on yourself, man, backgrounds, passions, hobbies, and how we met. Do your thing, brother.
Well, guys, for those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Michael. Yeah, I am a multi-hyphenate, I guess is a way to put it. Or if you're a member of my family, you could say that, jack of all trades, master of none.
There we go. I feel you, man.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, right?
You know how it is.
It's always one of those fun things, when you're talking to your family and you're growing up and they're like, hey, what would you like to do with your life? How would you like to move forward? It's like, professional soccer player sounds like a great idea. And they're like, you have a backup plan, right? I'm like, exactly, movie star. Go that direction. They're like, okay, well, we'll be supporting this child for a long, long time. It's the way they're looking at it. No, and I mean, I'm one of those people that I can't just do one thing. Patty. It's like I've been very fortunate to be involved in a lot of different things at reasonable levels. I always joke at kind of like, I've done all the things I've ever wanted to do in my life. Just at like the level 5. Like it's a 5 out of 10. It's like I've been a pro soccer player, 5 out of 10, pro actor, 5 out of 10, pro comedian, 5 out of 10, pro writer, 5 out of 10. Never really could get that 6 hurdle, but maybe soon. Maybe with this short film where I'm in Patty,
Yes.
Maybe that'll take us to that 6 or maybe even a 7 level.
7. I think number 7, man.
I think we could go to a 7 level with a small recurring role in some television series one day. Yeah. That's I think that's
the goal right there.
I think that's the goal. I think we can get there. Patty killed it absolutely on this thing. For those of you guys who don't know, him and his brother, were working passionately on this short film project that I got really, really fortunate to get involved in. I did a self-tape. I think I was trying to get ready for lunch and I needed to knock it out before the deadline. I couldn't find a reader, so I did it without a reader, which was very fortunate for me because there was only one line of dialogue in between. So I was able to fake that. They seemed to enjoy it.
Yes.
And the next thing I know, they're like, hey, would you like to play this role and come to Van Nuys in August at 103-degree weather? And I was like, absolutely. What else would somebody want to do on a Sunday but that? And we hung out in that kitchen for a while, didn't we?
Had a fun time, man. Here we are on the Patty Show, everybody. Mm-hmm. This is what it's about. Yeah. Life-changing decisions right there.
Yeah.
Imagine if you just ate lunch and you didn't send the tape.
Dude, if I'd never sent that tape, I never would be in this living room right now.
Man, it's crazy, man. And this is the flower section of the Patty Show, everybody. Brother.
The flower section?
Yeah, we have the flower section on the Patty Show. Like to give flowers to our guests, you know, whenever we can.
Metaphorical flowers?
Yes, well, yeah, because the budget's not there. Let me ask the producer.
Okay.
Yeah, we're broke. I'm the producer, by the way, guys. Editor, all that stuff, multi-hyphenate. Okay. But brother, man, first of all, your tape, man, was exactly what we needed.
Oh, thank you.
It made my day seeing it because we did see a lot. I didn't know there were going to be so many people submitting to it because it was our first time doing it. Yeah. So I was nervous for my brother too because he's dealing with like all the other stuff, post-production, all the pre-production. So shout out to him doing amazing work as a young, and I think he's turning 25. So he's just killing it. Love the work that he's doing. But I didn't know what to expect. So I'm like, is it going to be just one person sending a tape? Yeah. Is it going to be like maybe only 10? There were almost 100 for at least your role.
What?
Yeah. No, I kid you not. It was
100 people?
Yeah, yeah. Because I kept looking at it, I was like, bro, I'm not watching all of this. You know,
my gosh.
It was a lot of people, and yours, man. I'm so glad.
Now I really feel honored. Man, I thought it was maybe like 3. And this guy's fine.
No, man. It was hard because it was also like trying to figure out what the good, seasoning was, the flavor. We knew we needed a little Latin flair for some reason, which I didn't know, and we'll get to that eventually. Yeah. But man, your tape was full of energy, and I love how you were so resourceful with it. Like you mentioned, you didn't have a reader, and usually even on my end too, whenever I do an audition where I don't have a reader, for some reason it just works. It's so weird. It's so weird. Like this role that I did recently, I didn't have a reader as well. Tired day, and then I got the role. That's how I became a 60-year-old retired.
Oh, that's right, the 60-year-old one.
Yeah, 60-year-old lawyer. So
wait, because that was. I'm assuming that in that project, you're kind of going through different phases of this person's life, right?
Oh, not even actually.
Oh, you're just playing a 60-year-old?
Yeah, 60. Yeah.
Okay. So you saw the breakdowns, 60 to 65, and you're like, I can make it work. I can make it work.
Something like that. It's it was. I think basically.
It's like when you see a breakdown and you're like, I'm perfect for this role. It says 12 to 16 years of age. But let me just throw it in there.
I know my favorite ones to sign up for are like, 25, 28, black. I'm like, I could do that. I could do that.
My favorite ones are the ones like 35 to 70. It's like, okay, you have no idea what you want.
Yeah, exactly. No That's clue. Like a big gap right there.
No clue.
But man, you made set also such a fun time. The second we met, it felt like we knew each other for years.
Well, we had this whole soccer connection and the LA Fitness, training connection and stuff
that's like that. The thing. It's so crazy how even though we came from different parts of the world, different backgrounds, completely we're all connected in some wholesome way, man. So
all weirdos are connected, guys.
All weirdos are connected, absolutely, man. So I'm grateful for you. Thanks for coming to the show, man. Mm-hmm. I definitely want to run it back to that background, though, cultural background.
Okay.
So you did tell me you're Venezuelan, but the Jewish part I didn't know.
Yeah, it's actually a funny story about that. My mother was raised Roman Catholic in Venezuela, and before I was born, she converted to Judaism.
Oh my God.
So that, because I guess the way it works in the Jewish faith is that if the mother is Jewish, then the child is born Jewish.
Okay.
But obviously in Reform temples, everyone's Jewish, and the world's changed a lot since that time period. But back then in Caracas, there was only one Jewish temple, and it was Orthodox.
Oh.
So she had to convert to Orthodox Judaism. And I don't know how that worked out. If you have met my mom, there's nothing Orthodox Judaism about her at all. Mostly because I grew up with her going to Roman Catholic Church. So I don't know how that worked out exactly, but she technically had converted, and so I was born Jewish, and my sister, I guess, was born Jewish as well too because of that. Yeah, but it actually turns out that my grandfather on my mom's side, her father, was what's called a Marrano Jew.
Okay, I've never heard of that.
Which is a term for people in Europe and Spain, predominantly in that whole area, the Basque region, who had Jewish lineage since the Inquisition.
Oh.
But through generations, the family had to keep it secret. So he grew up with different traditions, like closing the blinds on a Friday night and lighting candles, and he didn't know what this was all about. It had just been a tradition passed on from generation to generation. So it turns out that they had Jewish lineage.
Isn't that crazy right there?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
I know. So happy Rosh Hashanah to all of you who are watching this right now. Happy New Year. You probably might be watching this during Yom Kippur, so hope you're having a good atonement.
Look at that.
Yeah. We keep it multicultural.
Yeah, diverse right here on the Patty Show. Come on, man. Wow, see, the more I'm learning from you right there, man.
Exactly.
So let's go back to that Venezuela time. So you were born over there, right?
Yeah, I was born in Venezuela.
How long were you there for? When did you move to the States?
Interesting story with that. So I was born in Venezuela, and my father was working for Bank of America at the time.
Okay.
And they kept moving the offices. So he started out in Venezuela, and then we moved to Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Oh, wait, there's a Bank of America in Venezuela?
Yeah, there was. I don't know if there is now, but there was.
So is there a Bank of Venezuela then?
I'm sure there is.
A bank of everything?
Who knows what there is in Venezuela now? It's a very interesting situation right now. No comment on that. But so we were living there. Then we moved to Sao Paulo, and my dad thought we were going to be there for a long time. So he put me in a Portuguese-speaking preschool.
God.
So within a few months, I was speaking fluent Portuguese. My mother spoke Spanish, my dad spoke English, and I was speaking Portuguese. It was like no one could understand each other.
Wow.
It was an interesting household. But yeah, we only stayed there for 6 months, and then we moved back to Venezuela. And then what happened is they moved the office to Miami, Florida.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they moved the Latin American office to Miami, Florida, which was kind of like living in Venezuela anyway. I don't know if you've been to Miami before, but it's pretty South American there, pretty Caribbean / South American there. So we lived there for a while, and then we moved to Northern California, which I kind of consider my first kind of real American experience was there.
Gotcha.
Because in Miami, I mean, like,
it was a little too close.
Everyone was speaking Spanish, and like you didn't even need to speak English. Like all my mom's friends were Venezuelan or Peruvian or Colombian or anything like that. But when we moved to Northern California and we moved to the suburbs out there, it was a very different story. Yeah. In fact, I don't think I met any Venezuelans.
Wow.
Yeah.
How old were you when you were in NorCal?
I was in NorCal from like 8 years old to about 18.
Wow. And do you
actually, sorry, 17, because I ended up going to boarding school for a year in Utah.
Oh my goodness, Utah?
Yeah.
What brought you to Utah?
Bad grades.
Shout out to bad grades.
Yeah, bad grades. Bad grades led to me going to a preparatory school called Wasatch Academy.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Are they still academy?
Honestly, nationally ranked basketball program.
Oh.
I played varsity basketball there. I was very fortunate. Yeah. If you look at a lot of NCAA Division I players now, they played at Wasatch Academy. There's NBA players who played at Wasatch Academy. However, we were really, really bad when I was there. It wasn't until after I left that they became a nationally recognized basketball powerhouse. So people always ask me, like, how did you play varsity basketball at Wasatch Academy? They have like high level players, like they're like Jordan brand sponsored and all that, and they nationally touring, top 25 USA Today. And I was like, oh, that was a different coach. That before that guy came, this other guy who was also the math teacher was our coach. Very different experience. Yeah,
definitely passionate though.
Yeah, very passionate.
In my high school, for example, I think he's our current principal right now. Shout out to Mr. Graff.
Yeah.
He was a baseball coach and then became principal. So when he transitioned into that, so much street cred because everyone loved him. They're like, this guy gets it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one of the things where like you can't really fabricate those relationships, especially high schoolers, man. Like, and me and Arnold were in like inner city stuff. So I was like, they would never. And then he's a white guy, so like the fact that he has the street cred for like this diverse pool of students, like the Hispanic culture and everything, like takes a lot, man. A lot of street cred right there, man.
Yeah.
Street cred. Shout out to street cred. You know what I'm saying? Damn, man. But you still kept your Spanish like language skills, or
I mean,
how did that work out?
Well, my mom would speak to me in Spanish, and I'm rusty right now. I don't speak Spanish often enough. I need to do it more often. But funny story about that is I actually a few years back I had an audition for a recurring role on Narcos.
Interesting.
And it was all in Spanish. It was Spanish and English. It was both Spanish and English. But the role was not a person of a Latinx or whatever the term is.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to be PC, but I don't know. I don't want to get canceled, guys. Look at me. Look at what I look like. I can't. I have to be careful, regardless of my cultural heritage. So they said, hey, it's a white guy. And, he's an interpreter, so he speaks Spanish and English. So that week while I was, getting ready for that audition, I worked on my Spanish that whole week. And when I came in after the audition, they're like, wow, that was really the pronunciation was just spot on. The accent was spot on and stuff. And I was like, oh, thank gosh, because you should have heard it earlier this week, but I really worked on it to make sure that it really sounded authentic. So, when you're around it, when you're immersed in it, like it comes back. If I went to Venezuela right now, for instance, within a month, I probably would be fluent again.
Man, that's so fascinating you said that, because actually the role I just did, I was in Indonesian.
Is it a similar thing with Indonesian?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, for example, like I was born in the States, and me and Arnold and like our whole family moved when I was like 7th or 8th grade, around those 2 grades where I went to school over there. And then I learned the language late, and I still speak it fluently. I still do it for my other job, like doing the AI stuff and everything. Mm-hmm. But my accent is definitely not as good as if I was fully immersed in the culture again. Yeah. And I noticed that when I was doing the role, I was like, man, I'm going back to my usual how I talk, but it's Indonesian a little bit. So it's it's hard. Accents, people that can master those and have a switch like that.
Yeah, no.
It takes me a while to warm up. I'm sure you agree. It's I don't know how people can just switch and I'm doing my Indonesian accent. I need the reps in, and like you said, you said it would have been a different story if it was earlier in the week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
You got any tips for that for any actors out there that are trying to do the dialect?
There's a couple things. One is that, I think one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of actors make when it comes to any sort of dialect pieces is they try to build the world, they try to work on the piece with the dialect from the get-go. In my opinion, don't do that. Build the world, have your understanding, have your POV, understand, what the material is, and then layer the dialect on top of that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because once you understand that, just adding that dialect is going to be so much easier. Otherwise, you're doing a caricature or the concept of this person.
Interesting. Wow.
That's how I felt. Recently, I did a piece from Baby Reindeer.
Uh-huh.
And, you had to have the Scottish accent for it. And that's kind of how I did that first. Is I first, worked on the piece, and then I added the dialect. One of the funnest thing about doing that Baby Reindeer piece is I got to do, Richard's stand-up. Which I don't know if everyone has ever seen his stand-up, but it's very avant-garde, very performance art-based. And obviously on the show, he tried to play it up as bad, for the lack of a better term, people not understanding what he's trying to do. So it was really fun to do bombing in stand-up and, have that freedom. It's kind of like doing bad acting, which is really cool. I don't know if anybody out there, if anybody who's a performer out there, but being able to do anything intentionally bad and not make it look like it's just bad is an art in itself.
Oh yeah.
You
have to switch some different part in your brain. Yeah. It's different, man.
Yeah, I mean, you're playing an accountant and they're thrown into a play and they're like, well, I'm not really an actor. So now you're this accountant trying to be an actor and they can't act. But you're actually an actor who can act.
Yeah, it's definitely unique.
You don't want to make it look like you're just a bad actor.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, that's fascinating. Yeah, that's what we love the craft, man. It's just there's always some way to make it different and new challenge, and I'm just grateful, man, for all the roles that we've been doing. It's so fun, man. Especially doing roles where you can test your range.
Mm-hmm. I just recently, it was another thing. It was I did this thing for a USC directing workshop, and I got to do a piece from Fargo.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh, geez, so I put the entire accent on and everything.
That's great, this guy.
You just had to do it, right?
Flip the switch like that. You saw
that Minnesota nice,
Minnesota. I've never been actually, so shout out to Minnesota.
I've never been to Minnesota either. I've been to Wisconsin.
There we go. Yeah. Right, your accents are good, man.
Thank you.
I got to learn from my sensei over here, my accent sensei. I'm telling you, this guy does it all. The cheeses are so good.
Oh, they're so delicious, aren't they?
Yeah.
I love them.
A master of everything. Speaking of master, you were also a director of goalkeeping, huh?
Yeah. I did
Tell me about that life,
goalkeeper coaching
man.
for a while. Well, it was really interesting. One of those things. I was very fortunate when I learned goalkeeping. I kind of, as a smaller goalkeeper, it was one of those things where I had to really learn the position. So I kind of learned the position in a way where I could coach the position. And as I got older and I needed work, I would just start, reaching out to clubs and high schools and things to find work to become a goalkeeper coach, and kind of got my licenses and got into that whole world. And I, was reaching out to a bunch of different places, and I fortunately got picked up by one of the biggest soccer clubs in the country, youth soccer clubs in the country, and became their director of goalkeeping. So my first position as a director of goalkeeping was at one of the biggest clubs in the country.
Wow.
So, yeah, we had like youth national team goalkeepers.
Oh my God.
And that opened up a lot of doors for me because I was able to connect a lot of like U.S. soccer people and like ODP people. I became a scout and a coach for Region 4 Olympic development. I got an opportunity to, help shadow with like U15 national team, U14 national team. Wasn't actually a coach on those squads, but was actually there to help out and shadow. I got an opportunity. I was a goalkeeper coach for Everton.
Oh my God! Wow.
Yeah. They had a North American program, so for a summer I helped out with their Everton USA.
Yo, that's
program.
amazing,
so
man.
With their goalkeepers there. Maccabi, I did some stuff for the national team for Maccabi USA. What other helped out with New England Revolution.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, with some of their trials. So yeah, it's a whole fun journey. Yeah.
Shout out to goalkeeping, man.
Yeah.
How did you know you wanted to play as a goalkeeper, though?
Oh, I hate running.
That's all you have to say.
Yeah.
That's all you have to say.
Don't like running. Yeah, running's the worst. I still to this day elliptical. Bike.
Shout out to elliptical.
Yeah,
people, that's underrated, man. Your heart rate gets elevated and your joints are good.
Exactly, low impact. See all these people on the treadmill. I'm like, you are ruining your.
Yeah, all you hear is dunk.
Oh my gosh. There's a guy at my gym who goes so hard on the treadmill, literally weights start coming off their hinges.
No way,
because he's
bro.
going that hard on it. Yeah, it's crazy. One day I once saw the pull down thing literally fly off its handle because this guy was going so hard on the treadmill. Yeah.
This guy's crazy out here.
I know. People are crazy out here. They are.
It's an ego thing probably because they don't want to see, on the elliptical. It's a little goofy or whatever, but it's one of the best ones, man.
And it's a better full body workout in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. Swimming is cool, but it's just like the problem with swimming is like the drying part, and then you gotta put the cap on. You know, my long hair, it's tough out here, man. The whole thing.
I know.
But goalkeeping,
and the space too for swimming. Yeah. There's all the lanes and everything like that. There's only so much space.
And you have to like rent a spot, and it's just too much work, man. Yeah. That's why elliptical is better. Or you can be a goalie. And you don't have to do cardio. Yeah.
But you can be a goalie and hit your head over and over again like me. So, like literally, the last 3 games I've played, I hit my head on the crossbar once,
twice. The crossbar?
Yeah, well, it's a small crossbar. 7 aside.
Okay, I was like, damn, this guy got hops. And I was like,
7 aside. I hit my head on the crossbar. And then we had 2 weeks off. And so luckily allowed my brain to recover. Be smart about head injuries out there.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely.
But, so I came back and lo and behold, hit my head on the crossbar again.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So I was very happy that this past Saturday I played, and I said to them after the game, they're like, aren't you happy that you guys won 5-1? I am more happy about the fact that I did not hit my head on the crossbar. No injuries nowadays at my age is a win. In my opinion, I'd rather not get injured than win the game. In my opinion,
that's a win in itself. No, I agree, man. Because
oh my god, we get smashed up.
Oh my god, and you don't realize because it's just your body just doesn't react the same anymore for any quick turns and
warm ups now. Nowadays, I remember when I was younger, it was warm ups would be I'll show up, I'll start doing a couple knee raises.
And then that's
I'm good. I can come in the game.
Now you need
I'm there an hour before. I might as well be a pro.
Walk me through your goalkeeping warm-up. I'm so curious.
Gosh, okay.
I got to know this, actually, because I might need to implement some more.
All right. So it all starts with some movement preparation. Okay. So very, very simple. First off, you got to start with the foam roll.
Oh, shout out. Okay.
You got to start out with the foam roll, and then I go into, just some simple movements, adductors, Then I go into cross legs, and then I go into some kick-ups, and then also backs, obviously involving my hamstrings and getting the glutes and activated, all that stuff. From there, I might go into some glute bridges.
Oh, okay.
Then I might do some of those. I always forget what these are called, but when when you're sitting on the ground and you're kind of opening up. So everybody out there who's seeing it, this motion here.
Oh, like this one?
Yeah.
Opening up the hip.
Exactly, where you got your band and then you're opening up like that. So I go into that. Then I'll go into, some lateral lunges. I might go into some heel walks. I might go into some, heel raise into insteps, like those types of things. Then I'll go into a little more dynamic movements. Then I'll go into like some, simple marches, into some skips, into some. They used to call them goose steps, but I think that's politically incorrect now. So I don't know what they call them now. But you know the move I'm talking about. Yeah. Straight up, and down, straight up and down. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, we can't get canceled.
I'm a millennial. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know what the Gen Z term is.
Yeah, I know there's gonna be a different one now.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely definitely called something different now.
Yeah.
Just like when I'm cross-legged out there, we had a certain term for that, which we do not.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, you remember that drill when you run around, everyone's together, and then the last person has to go in the front?
Yeah.
What is that? It's called the...
Oh, my God. I don't remember what that
Well, I can't say it right now, actually, because it's that's maybe...
Okay.
We'll find out later. Yeah. But so you do that, and what about the bumps? Because as a goalie, you guys dive out there.
Yeah. I mean,
you practice any of that beforehand?
I used to.
Okay.
I used to when I was younger. It was funny. I was on a call years back at a coaching license, and they had Tim Howard on.
Oh my God, no way, legend.
Yeah. And Tim Howard was on the call, and they're asking. They're like, one of the coaches asked him. He's like, hey, how often do you practice extension dive? How often do you do extension diving in your warm-ups? And he goes, I never do. And they go, what do you mean? He says, I need to save my body. I'm not going to do that during warm-ups. So I look at it this way. It's like at my age, and with the amount of impacts that I've had, like I'm going to focus on making my body ready to be able to make movements.
Got it. Rather
than pushing it to its limit type of a thing. So I just make sure that my muscles are properly warmed up and they're active, and I'm not going to pull something, when I'm pushed to do it. But I've done so many repetitions, my body just naturally does the movements. So I don't do a lot of collapse dive work anymore before warm-ups. It's all mostly clean handling, mostly lateral movement, that sort of thing. And then that way I'm a little more fresh for the game. Yeah. When I was younger, it was a completely different story.
Of course,
different story.
And then now you say you play more 7-a-side?
Yeah, now I play more 7-a-side just from an action standpoint, just to be more active. Playing 11-a-side men's league, a lot of the time you're just baking in the sun for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Because the amount of through balls that really come down and all that, I'm like, I'd rather get a lot of shots and get a little more exercise, get a little more activation. So a lot of 7-a-side. Plus, it's just less of a commitment. It's like a show up, play for an hour.
Yeah. Because 11's, I do want to play.
It's commitment, man. Yeah. It's like 11. You play a full 11, that's like 2.5 hours. So you get there an hour before the game just to warm up.
Yeah.
So let's say it takes you an hour to get there. Hour to warm up, 2.5 hours, and then an hour home. I mean, that's the whole day.
Yeah, exactly. You're done with it, yeah.
I want to watch the Patriots play,
For real, shout out to the Patriots. Oh, you Patriots fan?
Huge Pats
fan. Let's go, man. I know it's my boy right here. Come on now.
All New England sports fans.
Come on
that's
now.
From Boston, yeah, of course.
Oh, my goodness. Shout out Boston people out there. Oh, man,
Red Sox in a wild card position right now. Look what we got going on. Celtics, hopefully it's an interesting season, even though Tatum's
I know, man. Oh, man, I was so sad to see, man. It was crazy seeing the video and everything.
Oh, it was bad. Did you watch the game?
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was tough.
It was,
It was tough. But almost as tough as watching Ramondre Stevenson fumble that ball in the end zone yesterday.
Oh, bruh.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're going to get up there again eventually. We'll get the next Brady eventually, hopefully.
No, May's playing great right now. What are you talking about? He was fantastic yesterday against Pittsburgh, so...
It's going to be an interesting season. And this whole season is kind of interesting because I used to be a big Chiefs fan because my boy Mahomes. I just love watching the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And they're not doing too hot right now. They
beat the Giants last night, though.
But it's the Giants now. So Giants before, though. Our kryptonites.
Do you watch the Pats every Sunday?
I need to get back into watching football again. I've been back into like soccer stuff now.
Okay,
like the Prem and everything. Okay. So I've just been paying attention more to that.
Well, I play fantasy, so
that's
how that forces me to keep watching.
Yeah. I know I did fantasy for NBA for a while, and
dude, that's a commitment. That's
man.
every day.
Oh man, every day. So that's why I stopped it, because it was just too much. Like NFL is not too bad. I feel like I should try to get into it again, but also like I get too.
And the people who play fantasy baseball are out of their mind.
Oh, that's even worse. I'm like, how
do you have time to do anything else with your life?
That is their life.
Yeah,
like that. Sports is life.
Sports is life.
Is life. Shout out to goalkeeping and everything. Speaking of goalkeeping, though, you were also doing some under-20 goalkeeping?
So I tried out for the U20 Venezuelan national team when I was in Venezuela when I was younger. Had that experience. That was an interesting experience. Most of the players there were asking me why I was there. They're like, why are you here? Well, we want to go to college in the United States. Like, why'd you come here? And I'm like, because I figured I was literally there on vacation. I was there on vacation. Uh-huh. They found out that I had, Venezuelan lineage and everything like that. And so I forgot somebody in my family connected me to the guy who was running the program. And they said, oh yeah, they have training today. You want to go? So I was like, okay.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, sure. So I went out there, and interesting experience, man. Playing soccer in a developing nation is a very different experience to playing in the United States, and for lack of a better term, like I just didn't realize how blessed we were here in regards to resources and facilities and everything like that, because I was playing college soccer at the time, and these kids are quote unquote pros, but they're playing on bumpy fields that our college kids would never play on, so it was a humbling experience for sure.
Wow, man, that's insane, man. That must have given you like a really big perspective shift.
It did. It was a broad perspective, because like all the kids they wanted my information. They wanted to ask me how they could get to United States college. It's all they cared about.
Wow.
Was getting to American college. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Transformative time right there.
But Venezuela wasn't very good at soccer at the time. They've improved a lot.
Definitely, since
then. But it was a cool experience.
Man, imagine you had another life playing for that team over there, man.
I always thought about it. I was like, what if I had made that U20 team and played against Ronaldinho?
Oh man! Oh.
They went to the U20 World Cup or the qualifiers.
Yeah.
And they played against Ronaldinho. He had like a hat trick on them.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Hopefully it would have just been 0. He would have blocked all his goals. Hopefully just blocked.
Yeah.
But then you probably get captivated by that man. I've been watching like some of his old clips again.
Yeah.
Because he's just been resurfacing again, like his older self, talking about like doing interviews.
His son's playing now too.
Yeah. So it's just been like crazy reminiscing. I remember like, because I started watching soccer a little bit later.
Yeah.
Probably when like Ronaldo was still in United that time. Like my grandpa, rest in peace, grandpa, he made me a United fan because of that.
Okay.
Because Ronaldo, and then became a Madrid fan and everything. But like watching all the old clips, man.
Yeah.
I miss that like aura. Because now, like, no offense to the new players now, like, everyone's great with all the, stuff. But back then, there was just like, something. Like, like Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, the Brazilian one, Nazario, like how he played as a striker too. And that's my position. I like playing on top. I just like scoring goals. So watching players like that, man, is just, oh, man, I miss seeing that stuff. So
was this fit Ronaldo or Dwayne The Rock Johnson version of Ronaldo? So.
the Dwayne Ronaldo.
Remember that? When he went to Inter Milan?
Oh my god!
Yeah, dude. All of a sudden, he gained 100 pounds.
Bro, that was wild, bro.
Have you seen him now?
What is he looking now?
He's like 300 pounds. Like you would never believe.
Oh
this man played soccer. It's crazy.
It's wild, man. Because
stay fit, guys. Stay fit.
Yeah, that's another thing too. That
as you get older, stay fit.
No, especially because like the joints, man. That's why he has to use the elliptical probably now. He can't be running anymore.
I know.
With all the joints and everything, man.
I know. You guys, you can eat the calories, but you got to stay under a calorie deficit.
Yeah.
But keep that protein. Ramp up that protein, though.
Absolutely. Trying to hear. So your first job as a trainer, where was it at, by the way?
My first job as a trainer, as a soccer trainer, or as like a personal
trainer.
My God, first job as a personal trainer was private coaching at Beverly Hills High School. Yeah.
Beverly Hills
for youth players.
Wow,
so I would do it on the side while I was coaching at Beverly Hills High School, and they got referred to me while I was coaching there. I was very fortunate that one of the coaches there at Beverly Hills High School was also studying to be a performance coach.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So he kind of got me into that whole whole thing. And then when I was in college, I had a really bad injury. I tore all the ligaments in my left ankle and fractured in 3 places. And so I had to spend a year rehabbing. And
that was from soccer? Or?
Yeah, and one of my assistants was a sports performance coach, so he taught me all this stuff. So
wow.
I was very, very fortunate in that regard. So that kind of got me into that whole world.
But it looks okay now, man. What?
Oh, let's see here. It's still, you can still see the scar all the way through.
But man, that's
yeah. I had to relearn how to run and jump.
Oh my goodness, man. Yeah. How did you like go for a dive or something?
No. I did something really stupid.
What is it?
There was a skateboard ramp on a basketball court, and I was like, you know what, I've seen like the Gorilla and Phoenix Suns and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, you like the trampoline, you can jump off it and then go and dunk, right? Unfortunately, when I went up to try to dunk, when I was just about to get off it, it collapsed.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I never even got to jump. I actually just came down hard on it and it twisted in like 360. Yeah.
Oof, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, that was my senior year of high school. At the end of my senior year of high school. So I graduated on crutches. So my freshman year in college, I had redshirt because I couldn't play. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, and the recovery time, how long was it?
About a year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's about a year.
How did you stay like mentally resilient during that process?
I got into bodybuilding. Honestly. Got into training in bodybuilding. Read all these magazines like All Natural Muscular Development and like
All Natural. Look at that.
Muscle Media 3000.
Muscle Media 3000, right?
All those magazines.
Yeah.
And I got really into supplementation.
Yeah.
That was my first time into creatine.
Yes. Oh my God.
So, yeah. But back then EAS was the big supplement company.
EAS. What is that one? Are they still here or did they change their name?
No. So the guy who started EAS sold it to, I forget which company. I think he sold it to Weirdo Nutrition or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but that was kind of like my saving grace. So I got really into bodybuilding. And if it weren't for that, God, I don't know. I ate a lot of Taco Bell, which was terrible.
Shout out to Taco. Yeah, but also the thing with bodybuilding that I do like about it is you can kind of like move around the different body parts, so it's like if your ankle is completely wrecked, you can still work out those biceps, so that's the beauty of it. I feel like now it gets a bad rep now because like the body dysmorphia and you see these people that are natural, but there's no way in a million years you can reach there naturally.
Well, it's funny because like people always come up to me and they go like, dude, you're like, aren't you gonna like start trying to take him some TRT? And I'm like, why? Like, what is the purpose of me being on TRT? Like, I'm not competing for anything. There's literally no benefit to me doing that, Maybe if I had like dangerously low levels of testosterone, but like that's something I'd want to talk to a doctor about.
Absolutely,
I think with natural supplementation, proper diet, and discipline, you can get really good results for the normal human being.
Absolutely, and that's the thing. That's the biggest thing.
Just add some cottage cheese to your egg whites, guys.
There we go. Yeah, shout out to cottage cheese. Low-key, a lot of protein too, man.
Oh yeah.
It's a sleeper one. People don't realize, man. And then you can get the different option of like the different yogurts. It's like there's those simple swaps that you don't think about until you think about it, and then they're like, oh, dude, I got like 15 extra grams of protein out of nowhere.
Just like plain Greek yogurt. Use that instead of sour cream.
Bro, brother, and that's my trainer. He knows the tips. We're giving the knowledge right here.
Exactly.
And even like simple things like adding more steps to your day, parking a little bit farther from the grocery store. Yeah. That's what I love doing. Walking to the gym if you're close enough. Yeah. Getting an extra walk with your dog. Maybe walk with your cat.
And also recognize when you're eating certain things. Because I think that's one of the biggest mistakes, Patty, that a lot of people make is that, they're like, oh, I can't eat this. I'm like, yeah, you can. It just depends on the time of the day and based on what your activity level is going to be there. And always go to bed with protein. Don't go to bed like carb loading before you go to bed with sugar and carb loading. Like,
that crash is gonna be crazy.
That's something that I used to do. Is like I'd eat like chocolate or like brownies or something like that before going to bed. And it's like, no, it's not, dude.
Yeah, it might feel good in the moment because it's good, but the crash in the morning, my God.
But you pound like a protein shake before you go to bed. Like that's the way to do it.
Yeah, something simple like that. Especially once you get
easy
older
to digest.
That's another thing too. The older and older you get, you feel the repercussions, man. Like I know if I'm not eating as optimal on performance for not even just like sports, even like mentally.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, man! I can't even do any other work. The auditions feel like foggy. You're like, what's my line again? What's my line again? Just because
I know
your body's a temple, as they say. You got to take care
and
of it.
honestly, like you'll stop craving that stuff as much as you used to. Like
Absolutely.
If you start changing your eating habits, but I think one of the biggest mistakes, Patty, that people make is they go, "Oh, I can never eat this again."
Yes. Oh,
it's not true. Bro. It's not true. Now, your activity level has to match your calorie intake, right? And then there's also, like I said, certain times and places to eat different things, but if you just deny yourself cookies and all the junk stuff that you want to eat,
whatever you want,
if you deny yourself that, you're going to binge. It's going to happen.
And then eating disorder, all that stuff. It's just not. It's not worth it.
Yeah, so you got to in moderation, just like anything. You got to
find that balance of I'm gonna get this cookie today.
Exactly.
Maybe not every day. I mean, it could be possible you eat like one bite a day, but it's also
that's what my girlfriend does.
Yeah,
she does it like she'll like if you go into the fridge. There's all these different sweets there, and there's just like little pieces.
Yeah.
And she's like, because she just wants enough just to give a taste. I'm like, yeah, but the stuff's stale by the time you finish it off. So
everyone has different tactics.
I tried to meal prep donuts for a while. Don't do that.
Hard.
That's a terrible thing. They go stale very quickly.
Yeah. That's the thing too. You also have to kind of test it out, see what works for you. Like maybe what works with your girlfriend was like a single bite of something sweet every day is better than eating it once a week or once a month because she just needs that little itch, and it works, because it's maybe like one bite of a cookie is like 50 calories maybe or something. That's nothing. Instead of eating the whole cookie every day, that's like 500, 600 calories. So
and a great word of advice to anybody out there who's in a relationship is that don't ask your partner or micromanage what they're doing in their fitness routine or their eating routine. They're not going to take it well.
I agree.
So if you want to talk about diet and nutrition, just talk about yourself. Don't ever bring up them.
I know that's questions. Right. I know that's right, man.
I've made a mistake with that.
We have learned.
Yes.
We are men that have learned. Trainers that have learned.
Yes.
That's what we got to do.
Yes.
I think also that's a really good thing for like a lot of things, even with family too, because not everyone, we're not in the same like fitness level and fitness journey for other people. You don't want to ever like preach upon it to people. I mean, same for like religion too. So if you can talk about it from your own experience and how it's transformed you personally, people are more like keen to listen, ask questions like, oh, Patty, so how did you lose weight? Oh yeah, I just added some extra steps.
Exactly.
I'm not like, listen here, bum, this is what you got to take 50,000 steps every day. To not be a bum, so it's like come with more kindness and grace with it because we've been there. Like I know personally from my fitness journey, man, I've been super overweight before, super skinny before, and like there's those moments where your mind really goes into dark places where you like,
dude, it's crazy. And like body dysmorphia is a real thing. Even
man,
just like today, like I went on the scale and I was like, oh, I think I'm a little too heavy right now because I've been trying to bulk a little bit in the last.
I see the muscle.
Right I've been growing a little bit bigger.
No TRT though, right? No TRT. Okay.
Nah, just
we don't judge though.
Just a daily dose of creatine.
There we go.
Daily dose of creatine and uptake my protein intake.
Yes,
That's all it takes, guys. Honestly,
simple. Yeah.
So make sure you're getting your fish oils. Make sure that you're getting your vitamin D. Just all the simple things, really. I mean, like, guys, it's not that hard. Your vegetable intake, make sure your vegetable intake, keep your lean proteins. Don't deny yourself carbs. Make sure you're getting the right carbs.
Yep.
You got to get your essential fats too. So avocado.
Avocado is king, man. So good. Expensive, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
Worth it for the future. Your future self will love you for that.
But anyway, I was looking at it and I was like, oh, I'm getting a little heavy. And then it's like, realizing I was like, okay, well, I told myself I was going to bulk a little bit. I can always dial it back if I want to, Man. And I know myself, if I'm anywhere between 147 to 160, I'm in a healthy range.
There we go. See, trainer talks right here. That's our little trainer talks right here. Yeah. Man, you're not just a trainer and an athlete, man. Also an entertainer, as you all can see. Tell me about this Recycled Babies
Recycled Babies
troupe.
Sketch group.
Yeah, sketch group.
So Recycled Babies was awesome, man. It was a sketch group that we started in 2012, I believe it was. And we kind of hit it big on YouTube early, before kind of, the trend of sketch comedy and all that stuff on. So we were a little bit ahead of schedule on that. It led to some opportunities for us. I mean, we got meetings at like places like Comedy Central, and then we did 2 pilot presentations at Comedy Central, which was really cool, at the Comedy Central workspace. And then we ended up getting this little this little project at Amazon Prime. So that was fun. We did 6 episodes of that.
That's awesome.
Pretty cool. It was like dark, silly sketch comedy. A lot of people.
I saw the zombie apocalypse one.
Oh,
yeah, you're in a room.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of it, but you guys got to check it out. Where can you find it on YouTube? It's
you can literally just go Recycle Baby Sketch Comedy. You can find it on YouTube. Still, we shot like over 60 pieces.
I love that, man.
And it was back in the days when people did sketch comedy. It was like a full-on short film shoot to do sketches. It wasn't like today where it was like
10 seconds,
10 seconds, or like when your girlfriend walks in the room as the caption. And
it's like
that kind of stuff. That was one hacky like that. We were like really social commentary type sketches. So we put a lot of effort into these things. We had writers meetings every week.
I could tell, man, y'all were legit.
Yeah, we were really into it. So, and
I missed that era though. Honestly. I know. You took me back when I saw all that stuff. I was like, that was my real. Man.
It was like really shooting short films.
Yeah, no, essentially, yeah. Some of the clips, I'm like, what was it, 10, 15?
The amount of money that we had to put into these things from the hip and stuff. It was like, just doing those YouTube, things. And at the time, we weren't monetized. There was no monetization on YouTube back then. So you were just doing it,
for the love of the game,
and
for the love of the game, man.
But it led to a lot of opportunities. I think, either 2 or 3 people from Recycle Babies became professional writers.
Wow, awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so one of them got his own Netflix comedy special.
That's awesome.
Yeah. One of them got his own.
You still stay in contact with all the peeps out there?
Try to, actually. One of them I have on my comedy show on Wednesday.
Nice.
Which is a hybrid comedy podcast.
Yes, tell me about that, man. I love seeing
comedy in English. So comedy in English, we used to have an international comedy show at HI International, which was in Santa Monica. And now it's kind of like a hybrid podcast about international comedy and doing comedy all over the world, with stand-up comedy as well. And it's on a thing called Comedy Hub on Twitch, which is a really popular comedy channel on Twitch. And then it's also, we have a private Zoom room, so you can come and watch the show and interact with everybody and engage, and watch the stand-up as well too. It's really cool. So this Wednesday, I don't know when this is going out, but our coming show that we got Wednesday is Matt Kirshen, who's like was a writer for Jim Jeffries and been on the BBC, and then we got Claude Stewart, who's a writer for Byron Allen and Funny You Should Ask. And was also a member of Recycle Babies. So
wow.
He has a drive-by comedy special. Yeah. Good people.
Man, look at you, man. He does it all, man. All types of entertainment.
Yeah.
So,
Wednesdays, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. UK.
There we go.
Depending on where you're watching.
Yeah, wherever you're watching it from. I'm sure you can figure out the time zones eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
Ask AI or something like that. They'll help you out.
Yeah.
But besides that, you also have a goalkeeping podcast. Huh?
I do. I've several that I help out with. So the flagship one was called Inside the 18 Goalkeeper Podcast, and we'd have different goalkeepers and goalkeeper coaches from around the world on the show. Everyone from like EPL goalkeepers to like youth coaches locally in the area. We kind of basically, if it's a topic that we find interesting and we think a person's going to be right for it, like we'll have them on the show. That expanded onto several other shows. We have the Keeper Institute, which is hosted by Tori Corsaro and Jill Lloyden, who's a former women's national team goalkeeper. Wow. And they have the Keeper Institute, which is a full-time goalkeeper residency program in New Jersey.
Oh, wow.
And their podcast is every week. I think tomorrow's the next one. The episode is 3 tangible things to improve yourself ASAP.
Wow.
So if you're a young goalkeeper, check that one out.
Yeah, young goalkeepers.
Keeper Institute is just fantastic. And then we have another show called Gloves Off, which is run by a guy named Bill Reno, who's a really well-known goalkeeper journalist and goalkeeper coach. And he has candid conversations with goalkeepers from yesteryear. So he's got like a Hall of Fame goalkeeper this week on the show. And then it was also co-hosted by Saskia Weber, who's a 99 World Cup winner. She's a co-owner Angel City and WSL. Wow. And so we started the goalkeeper podcast along with the guy named Omar Zini, who was a goalkeeper coach at LAFC for LAFC2. And yeah, man, just stay busy with all that stuff.
Man, look at all
goalkeeper app called the Union.
An app too.
Yeah. You can download that in the App Store.
This guy's a passionate man, man. And I forgot to say, but where can we find you, man, on socials and everything?
Oh, you can find me, geez Louise. Well, it's at Michael Magid, Magid, on all the socials, or except for TikTok, which is Michaal Magid Comedy, because Michael Magid apparently was taken.
Oh, whoever that is, we'll find you.
Yeah, but those are probably the best places. Also, you can find me at Comedy in English.
Okay.
On all socials, at Goalkeeper Podcast, on all socials, at the Union Goalkeeping. I'm involved in all those things. So you can find me directly through all that
Man,
stuff.
I love
or michaelmagid.com.
Yes, sir. That's awesome, man. You do so much. I love the energy, man. This I'm curious about this M2 Productions.
M Squared Productions.
M Squared. Yeah. What's that about?
M Squared Productions. Oh, that was just a name that I gave to just all these projects that I'm
working on. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, M Squared.
Yeah, doing business as.
There we go. Yeah. That makes sense. I was like,
a subsidiary of the Union LLC. So,
there we go. See,
that's the direct lineage right there. So,
man, well, you're a very passionate man. You do a lot of stuff. I love everything, man.
I try to,
Man, you're inspiring, man. We're so grateful to have you on the Patty Show, man.
Thank you for having me, man. This has been a blast.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Let me ask you about some talking points that we want to get over, man. Okay. So our first one, talking about passion. Very passionate man over here. Owning your uniqueness, okay?
Okay.
My question for you, first one is, what made you realize your unique voice deserved to be heard?
Well, I don't know if my unique voice does deserve to be heard, but I think it's one of those things where, from the performance aspect, I just enjoyed the performance element, and when I like seeing people smile. So anything that makes people happy or make them think or anything like that, I enjoy. I need attention, so I think that's one of the reasons also why I feel like my voice needs to be heard. I think less that my voice needs to be heard and more that I feel like I have something to share with people. That's a better way to kind of phrase it, I would say. It's like, I have information that I'd love to convey to young goalkeepers. I have information that I'd love to convey to young actors, young comedians. In regards to the performance aspect of it itself, is like, if people find me interesting, that's cool. I love immersing myself in different worlds, living truthfully within imaginary circumstances is always fun to me.
Absolutely.
Where else can you play a serial killer and not go to jail?
Exactly. Like one of the roles. One role you're doing.
Yeah. Exactly.
You kill you're a murderer or something?
Killed 3 priests. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We can't do that in real life, y'all.
Can't do that in real life, guys.
Yeah.
But you got to find how your own truth is still there.
Absolutely.
And man, what would lead you to become a murderer?
Exactly. Obviously, don't do it, y'all. Okay, please.
But what would lead you there?
But and
emotionally,
that's what people from the outside that have never done like acting or whatever.
Yeah.
They don't realize the amount of work it is.
Exactly.
Like in the best way possible, though. It's like, I love that work where you're kind of like diving into the characters, you're asking the why. Like, why is the Joker like this? Yeah. Maybe there's a reason. I'm not saying it's justified, but maybe you just have to really think. You
always need to always understand your backstory. And I always feel personally, when it comes to myself, is like, you got to start with your own truth first and then build upon that. Because if you don't start with yourself, it's just a concept. So you are the Joker. Yeah. What would lead you to become this person?
Yes. Why do you want
type
Gotham
of a life is it nature and nurture together to make you who you are, type of a thing, right? So, that's kind of how I look at it. It's like, like the piece that we were doing, it's like, I'm not really a restaurant owner, but if I was a restaurant owner, how would I behave? How would I want people to behave? What would my environment be like based on who I am? And then that's how I kind of, build the character from there.
Man,
that makes sense.
Look at all this knowledge. Goalkeeper, acting, comedy, everything, man. Too much fire on this episode. It's getting hot here, man. He's having a lot of pleasure, which is actually our second talking point today, focused on pleasure.
Okay.
Loving what you love loudly. Okay. What guilty pleasure brings you unapologetic joy?
Oh, it's simple. Karaoke. Yeah.
He's also part Asian. He's part of the club now.
Especially like bad European teen pop. Big fan of that.
Give me a song example. Hold up.
I don't know. Eiffel 65's Blue.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay.
How about Barbie Girl by Aqua?
Yes.
Some quality stuff like that.
That's high quality right there. People don't
Banga Boys. I guess that's I guess I wouldn't call that teen pop, but I mean European pop.
Yes.
Big fan of that. I love doing 90s hip hop. Who doesn't, though?
Okay.
But I like doing like 90s hip hop that no one would do, like one hit wonders. Like, do you guys have I Wish by Skilo? There we go.
Oh, he's a cultured man.
Yeah. I'm sorry, it's a 1995 classic. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller.
Bro, this guy kills me, man.
Yeah.
We got to do karaoke, actually.
I wish I had a rabbit in a hat and a 6'4" father, you know?
There we
Wish
go.
I was like 6'9".
See, look at that. See, look, man. We should do karaoke with the whole cast and crew.
That would be a lot of fun.
We got to get together all of us.
Shout out to the whole cast, man.
Yeah,
That was a great collaboration.
Appreciate
I can't wait to see everybody.
Oh,
again.
yeah, man.
We got to definitely do a screening when that show.
Oh, no, absolutely. I'm having Renee next eventually.
Oh, nice. Okay.
On the podcast. And I had Azucena, like, last episode. Like,
very cool.
Yeah. She's
very
doing
cool.
some Shakespeare stuff. And
no
she's
way.
Killing it. Yeah,
oh,
she's
wow,
killing it.
that's awesome.
Yeah. So, proud of you, girl, doing your thing.
That's very, very
Love seeing everyone doing their thing, man.
You ever done iambic pentameter before?
Yeah, man. I actually, one of my first jobs was as an intern for Connecticut Free Shakespeare, where I was like a actor EMC. So I was like an understudy, and man, Shakespeare is tough.
It is tough. It is tough.
But once you get it, it's fun. Man.
Again, it's genre acting is very difficult.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially when you're working in something like that, because how do you keep something that is so specific and so like genre, but also truthful? And for lack of a better term, like how do you make that not presentational, but actually grounded?
Yeah.
Because you don't really talk like that, you know? So.
Yeah, and then have your own kind of take on it while also staying true to the material. Yeah,
true to the material, exactly.
It's so tough, man.
You can't really improv Shakespeare. People kind of...
Yeah, I know we've seen a couple of that. But man, this guy, Mass Service Craft, doing all his things, man. Shout out to karaoke.
Yeah, I love karaoke.
I'll tell Arnold to get it planned out. Yeah. I feel like it'll be a good...
I think the last 2 songs I did at karaoke were Informer by Snow.
What's that?
He was a Canadian rapper in the early 90s.
Okay.
Yeah. Informer, said that means no, I'm gonna blame. I licky boom boom down. The detective man said that means no, stab someone down the lane. I licky boom boom down. So bigger they are, they think they have more power. Yeah.
Wow.
Continue going from
musical.
There,
See, we got musical happenings right here.
From the one Toronto and the one that races together. One to Noah. Anyway, you could call it cultural appropriation today, but back in the early '90s, he was Canada's answer to Vanilla Ice.
There we go. He was ice, vanilla.
It was very vanilla.
Vanilla squared.
He looked like one of the guys in Color Me Bad.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
that's a good depiction.
Yeah. And then I did Modest Yahoo's King Without a Crown.
Oh,
yeah, I did that. Recently as well.
Look at this, man. The karaoke fee. Now I know who to go with.
Yeah.
There's a lot of spots in K-Town actually. So.
Oh, I'm definitely sure.
We'll get it popping out here.
Yeah.
Shout out to karaoke.
The problem is parking out here.
Don't worry, man. We'll all just stack the cars on top of each other. That's how we do it. Everyone's got to pull up.
I see how it works.
Carpooling, and we just like stack everyone inside the garage.
It was always one of those things where it's like whenever there was a comedy show, and they're like, I'm like, oh, this just seems like a really cool show. Like, where does it take place? They're like, it's in K-Town. I'm like, I'm good.
I'm good.
Because that's going to be 4 hours of me looking for parking. And then if I can't find parking in time,
it's gonna be $100.
Yeah. It's like, well, I either get towed and don't do the spot, or I just tell them that I can't make it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like, am I getting reimbursed for parking?
Exactly.
Like
you having parking here is just like
it's a blessing, man.
Blessing.
We have to count our blessings.
You talk about blessings. That's a blessing.
It's the little things in life, man. You all gotta enjoy,
Exactly.
Speaking of celebrating life, man. My next question on this topic: how do you celebrate your inner weirdo in your daily life?
How do I celebrate my inner weirdo in my daily life?
Yeah, man.
Oh boy. Well, let's see here. One is I think you just have to be honest with yourself, and for lack of a better term, have empathy for who you are, and not try to. Anytime that you feel like, oh man, if only I didn't do this, if only I was an accountant, or if only I did this, but that wouldn't make me who I am. So the reason I do these things is like because this is what makes me who I am. So people go like, well, why do you do this? Why do you do this? Why do you do this? Why can't you just focus on one of those? I'm like, because that wouldn't be me.
Oh, man.
That wouldn't be me. And so it's that whole joke about like, well, yeah, maybe if I'd committed my entire life to being an engineer, maybe I would have made a great engineer, but would I be happy? I don't know.
Man, you're speaking to me directly, man. I literally had this question the other day because, like, whenever I explain, like, what I do, because my day-to-day
It's always
schedule,
so confusing. I mean, there was nothing worse than when being on a first date, somebody asking you what you do.
Yes, seriously, man. Because, like,
what do I do?
Yeah, I'm like, what don't I do at this point? You know, like, because in the morning I work at LA Fitness as a trainer, and then I go to Meta doing, like, the tech stuff over there, podcasts, acting, like, all the other stuff. And then I'm like, what if I was just an engineer? I literally had that question the other day. I was like, man, maybe if I was just like an engineer, I'd have a good, simple life. Yeah. But then, like you said, that's just not me, man. Yeah. Like, shout out to all the engineers I've met, great people out there. Yeah. But I don't think I could fully, like, get into that ever because it's just, like, it's too draining for me. Like, when I got back into acting again, it was such a great breath of fresh air because before I moved to LA, I was doing more traveling stuff. Yeah. Kind of like didn't have time for the whole entertainment and everything that I really wanted to do. But the second I came back and like doing all the different roles and of course acting with you and everybody.
Now, did your brother get you back into it? Is that what happened?
Kind of a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So he was in LA already for, I think now it's been almost 3 years. Mm-hmm. So I was traveling while he was in LA and everything. And he was like, hey man, if you want to ever get back into the acting world, and door is open, man. Yeah. So took the opportunity, 1.5 years, and here we are on the Patty Show, episode 56, with the living legend right here.
Well, you know what's really cool is like I didn't get to see a lot of the work that you were doing on the short because you know a lot of those scenes were filmed at a different location. So I'm really looking forward to seeing all that fun interaction and stuff like that. You know?
I'm excited for the whole thing. Filmmaking is such an interesting thing, and when I did this recent film just like this past weekend, the unique thing I don't want to say, I don't know what I have as an opinion for it, but you know when you compare to like, let's say theater and like filmmaking, in theater, everything's like continuous, right? Yeah. For filmmaking, you could do the same scene, 20 different takes, and it's just always that pause and you just got to wait till you're called in again. I don't know if I love it or hate it because sometimes I do like the pauses, but sometimes I'm like, man, I just want to keep going,
That's what theater's for, dude.
It's tough, man. I'm going to have to get back into theater then, I guess. It's calling me my
you OG. You got to write a play.
That's the thing. I was, one act. Man, have you been talking to Arnold? He's been telling me, like, hey, man, you should get back into writing. I'm like,
I know. My girlfriend keeps trying to get me into writing. She's a professional writer. So
shout out to your girlfriend.
She's always trying to get me to finish this pilot that she thinks is a really good idea. Oh. But the problem is the self-tapes get in the way. You know how these things are.
Yes, man. I just had another one today too. Yeah, man. There's so much, man.
They're I'm very, very thankful. Thank you for the fact that I'm getting these auditions and everything like that. Yeah. Obviously, it's great. But at the same time, they want you nowadays to shoot like a short film, basically. Oh yeah. They're like, can you do it in a mid, and then can you go out to a wide, and then like if you can give us 7 different takes like
and
this.
Don't forget the lighting. Make sure the background isn't too white, but a little not blue, but gray is not okay. Like, what color is that? They get really specific.
They get very specific.
I'm telling you.
And turnaround time, they're like, it's due like in an hour.
Yeah, and then you're like, I don't have anyone to read it. Exactly. They're like, but we would need someone for read.
That's why I use the apps, dude.
Yeah, but the app also sometimes I have one. You got to send me what app do you use for that one?
I mean, they're not sponsoring this thing, but it's the Cold Read app.
I use that one, and it kind of sucks for me for some reason.
I mean, it sometimes it doesn't hit the cues. And stuff. You have to do it all over again.
Because that always kills like a tape for me, and I'm like such a perfectionist sending it.
You have to. So my thing that I found is that you have to. First off, if it doesn't work, play it off like you're just upset that the person, like I did it today. It was like this is appalling, and then like it didn't pick it up. I'm like, appalling. And I'm like, oh, okay, now this works because like the person wasn't registering. As if the reader didn't catch it. Yeah. As if the reader was behind. The reader that you're working with, right? These are tricks of the trade, guys.
Man, we learned all these things. I love this.
Life hacks right there.
Man,
then it just seems as if the writer wasn't paying attention, and so you had to say it again. So to get them back on cue, type of a thing.
Wow, man, this is the
that's how you do it.
Now
too.
I know the secrets now.
Another thing you can do too is that if it doesn't work, just keep going with the scene, and then just fill in later in the editing. Just during the pauses, fill in the dialogue.
Fix it in post.
Yeah, exactly.
Fix it in post.
Yeah, they won't know.
Man, that's look at all the tricks of the trade.
As long as it comes across as authentic, that's all that matters. Right?
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah.
You're just trying to get a picture of what you would be like, a taste of what you would be like in the work.
Yeah, and then like you talked about before, how like you're sending the tape after lunch and everything. The main thing is sending that tape, even if you think
even if it's bad, you never know. You never know.
Man, I'm telling you, I had one of my first roles when I moved here was as an Indonesian aerobics instructor. Crazy role.
Yeah,
I remember Arnold helped me with the tape. I was so tired, did not want to do it because I was like, bro, long day. I was working at a restaurant at the time. I didn't know any of the lines, none of the choreo. And then Arnold's like, just do it, bro. I was like, all right, I'm doing the thing, whatever. Yeah. I get a message from the casting director. We love this. I'm like, okay, what?
I had one like that a few weeks ago that I did. I think it was like 10:30 at night before I went to bed. I did like 2 takes, and I'm like, whatever, I'm done.
Just send it, yeah.
And then like 2 days later, like, hey, we'd love for you to roll for this role. And I was like, really? And I didn't think it was that good.
Isn't that the craziest thing? It is, yeah. I could give my 100% production value, everything, my heart and soul.
No response.
I have 3 days prep.
No response.
Nothing.
Slap something together. They're like, we really loved your choices.
It's just amazing. I don't know. I
sometimes
think,
you also just fit the role.
Yeah, that's the thing too. So sometimes you can't even get mad. That's the problem with it, because we can't be a 7-foot black guy that's 57. Like that's a tough.
I mean, there's certain things that are a little bit difficult to pull off. But I mean, like, regardless of how problematic the actor might have gotten in their later work, they said that was one thing about Michael Richards. Like when he walked in for the role of Kramer, they're like, he is Kramer. They're like, we don't know what else. Like, he's just the embodiment of what we're looking for. So you never know. Sometimes you just are what they're looking for.
Yeah, and it's definitely fascinating because I did a lot of like commercial. I still do commercial acting just to pay the bills. They feel pretty good to me. Yeah. Shout out to my agents. But that one's also another one where I don't really like to put pressure on it, because if they're looking for a specific look, like they'll just let you know. Like, I'm looking for a hip Southeast Asian male with facial hair. I'm like, most likely they'll give it to me.
I've done shout out to my commercial agent as well too. I mean, she gets me out so much, it's insane. Mm-hmm. And like, I because I just got back in the acting world this year, I still don't have a theatrical agent or a manager anymore, because I had those years ago and lost them during the pandemic and stuff. So I need to get back on that tip. But I was able to find a commercial agent reasonably quickly based on a referral. Yeah. And within a first week, she got me out like 4 times, and I was like, oh wow, these self-tapes are crazy for commercials, because the turnaround times are really short.
They're super short, bro.
Super short. And they have really specific instructions.
Oh my god!
More so than self-tapes for theatrical stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. Their specificity is the one where it's like the background.
That's what makes it really complicated.
Yep. Yeah. But it also, like, the good thing about it teaches you about like the technical side of everything. Like, we're knowing more about angles. I'm like, okay, now I know what a wide shot looks like.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's actually good to know about the different things. I'm sure, like with sports too. Like, you can play one position all your life, but I'm sure you learned how to play up top too, a little bit on the wing and stuff like that.
Well, one thing I've learned to do, and this is another hack for people out there who are doing these self tapes, is that just shoot it in a wide and then just crop it for whatever they want afterwards. Yeah. Because if you have the wide, you have everything. Yeah. And then just, if they want it in a mid, then you crop it to a mid, and then if they want that next cut to be a waist, you have it in the waist.
Yeah, because you can't do the opposite.
Don't just instead of shooting in a close up and then shooting in a mid and then blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Well, what if it doesn't look good, and then you don't have it in the it's just
it's just a whole headache, man. Yeah. Look at all the tips, man. Yeah. Shout out to you, man. Yeah. Thanks for sharing, man.
Yeah.
Well, our final talking points, focusing on positivity on the Patty Show.
Yeah.
Confidence through authenticity. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
When did being fully yourself attract the right people or opportunities or partners? Maybe. How did you meet your girlfriend? Actually, I'm curious about that story.
Well, we met on a dating app. It's very, very, very lovely story.
Raya?
Yeah, Raya. Exactly. Yeah. I'm big time like that.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Hinge? It was Hinge? Or?
Yeah, it was Hinge.
Yeah. Shout out Hinge. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, but it was during the writer's strike, so she was in an interesting place, and we went to the Alcove Cafe, and she'd been on so many bad dates that she was kind of over this whole thing.
Yeah.
So she was like, I don't know, like 30 minutes late, and she but yeah, I mean, we ended up going a second date, and that was where I was trying to take her to a pumpkin patch. But when we drove there, it turned out to be a Target parking lot that was selling pumpkins. And I was like, okay. And I was like, well, this is over. And yeah, but then there was the third date, and the rest is history type of a thing. But yeah,
wow,
in regards to attracting the right people, it's like the short, that we did, like that's kind of like when you're authentic, like you're going to attract positive energy and get on the Patty show. And
oh man, come on, man.
Yeah. Same thing too. Is like in whether it's in stand up or whether it's acting or whatever, it's like you're going to gravitate towards. And one of the things that when I was younger is like I would always try to make people who maybe I didn't mesh with their energy, make them like me. And as I've gotten older, I've realized, well, if I don't want that energy in my life, why am I trying to force it? Maybe they're not the right people for me. Maybe I just need to find people who I'm on the same wavelength with. There's enough of them out there,
I completely agree, man.
Because you've gone into these auditions before, especially in person, and you're like, you can just immediately tell this energy.
It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. We're just different people.
Yeah.
But I immediately could tell when I went on set with you guys. I was like, oh, this is the energy. This is the right type of energy. This is the people I'm gonna want to work. We're gonna work well together.
Man, we had so much fun. It was so efficient too, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My God, we wrapped so quickly that day, man.
I know.
I low-key was like, can we just do some extra takes?
I know.
I wanted to keep like just goofing around and build the world even more. So hopefully we can make it into like a series. That'd be cool.
I mean, hey, I think the whole idea is it's supposed to be a proof of concept.
Yeah, man. So
hopefully get some festivals, hopefully some interest. And
yes.
Build that world, right?
Hey, man, it's going to be a fun time, man. It was a blessing, man. Like you said, real recognize real, as they say.
Yeah.
Bars. Drop the mic. Drop the mic.
And shout out to everybody out there who helped get the word out there to raise the money.
Oh my God, man, we're so blessed. Thank you again a million to everybody. Like the fact we raised, I think almost like 25 chairs. Like it's crazy, man. The amount of support, love from everybody. I remember hitting up like people from middle school, elementary school that I met in Indonesia. Some friends of friends. They just like randomly. You're like, who's this guy? I'm like. And then you just randomly remember a name, like, oh my God, that was my 5th grade teacher. I'm like, what? Yeah. So that's also the beauty of like doing these like quote unquote small projects, whatever. It's a community thing, and it's so beautiful when people come together to make something that's this art that's also telling a story about like our pops, love you pops. It's just super excited. We're grateful that we connected. I'm glad you're on the Patty Show. We're blessed to have you, man. And of course, we got to share. What's next for you?
Oh, what's next for me?
Because you have a lot of stuff.
Well, Comedy in English on Wednesday.
It's every Wednesday?
Every Wednesday, 12
October as well? Everywhere?
Yeah, I mean, every month. So we were going to do a limited fall run, and then we'll see from there whether we can continue it going for the winter. But yeah, Wednesday, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. UK. Go to Eventbrite, go Comedy in English. You'll find it. Or you can just go to my socials, and you can find the links there, or at Comedy in English on all the socials. Really fun show. Just check it out and keep spreading the word out to your friends. It's free. There's also a pay what you can option if you'd like to help support the show going. That would be great as well too, so that we can buy gas, because it's like $6 a gallon now, so that would be wonderful.
It's crazy out here,
to make that happen. So I got that going on. What else got going on? Saturday I got a game. Unfortunately, I will not be playing in it. We're playing against the first place team, but I will be at my nephew's birthday.
Shout out to nephew, happy early birthday!
Shout out to happy birthday to Hunter. 7 years old.
Oh my God, that's awesome!
In first grade,
age, great age.
Crazy. And then what else I got going on? Well, obviously, hopefully our short comes out.
Something
soon.
Good going on should be coming out real soon, y'all.
I got a feature I'll be shooting in January.
Hey, okay, nice, man. That's awesome.
That'll be fun.
We love it.
I got a show that I can't mention yet, but I got a small part in a little TV project that comes out very soon. They're still wrapping that first season. So when the NDA is over, I'll let you guys know.
Man, shout out to NDAs, man.
I got to ride a mountain bike in it though.
There we go. That's sick, man.
About that.
NDAs are so funny, man. Because like whenever my friends from like Connecticut or wherever, they're like, "So what's new with you?" I'm like, "There's some stuff."
Yeah.
But I can't say.
Exactly.
Exactly. Thanks for asking. I love y'all.
Exactly.
You'll find out when you find out.
Exactly.
And they're like, you can't even give me a teaser. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't want to get in trouble. I don't even have enough money anyways. So the NDAs are really funny.
I did an audition last week. I don't know if I get a call back, but I would love to get a call back because I would work with a very famous person if I got that. So that would be really cool. It'd be a fun piece to do.
Well, we're always praying, man.
And for the self tape, I did him as I did the reader portion. I did an impression of him. as that to try to, let them know what it would be like if I was actually working with him. So,
oh man, look at you, man! Put in everything, all the passion, the
trying to put it all together,
the positivity, for the personal paradise, whatever that is, man.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you again, man, from the bottom of my heart.
Absolutely, thanks for having me.
Coming to the Patty Show.
Yeah,
we'll have another big episode with the whole cast one day. That'll be a good one.
So, and guys, also if you want to check out my comedy special, it's available on Comedy Dynamics. So wherever Comedy Dynamics is available, whether it's Amazon, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever, you can check it out there. I think they also have a channel, a television channel out there. So yeah, or a YouTube channel. I don't know. Check it out. But yeah, that was fun to shoot. So
man, you're doing it all. Yeah. You're inspiring, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving the energy, man. You're motivating me even more to just lock in and have fun.
Yeah.
We'll see each other soon for a little karaoke.
Yeah.
We like to end the show with a little thank you in a different language.
Okay.
So I usually like doing arigato. Let's try doing it in a little Spanish action. Gracias, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gracias. Hasta luego.
There we go. And then we can end on 3 arigato. 1, 2, 3. Arigato. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for joining me on this episode of The Patty Show. I hope you had as much fun as I did exploring the crossing point of the 3 Ps: passion, pleasure, and positivity. If you want to keep the Patty Party going, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and all social platforms at Patty Show Podcast. Share this episode and leave a positive review. PattySettiati.com/podcast, as well as PattyShow.podbean.com, have got more of your Patty Show needs. In the meantime, keep passionately pursuing your personal paradise. Arigato.